when, for you, like I said, you have all the skills. You definitely can be doing it on your own. You can do it any which way you want. So like, agents out there that are kind of like, man, I'm just at a weird season of my life and in my business. Like, what's the advice? Not the sugar-coated advice, but the hard, tough advice that they need to be really getting.
Yeah, that's a great question, man. I think and I'm just going to say it. I think you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, is real estate for me?
Yeah.
Because like you said, there's buyers and sellers, there's sales happening every day. If you're not participating in that, then you got to really be honest and ask yourself the hard questions. Are you putting in the effort? Are you doing what it takes to be successful? And I'm just going to go out on a limb that I bet you a majority are not. They're not prospecting every single day. They're not working on their skills. They're busy doing busy work, but they refuse to pick up the phone. They refuse to network. They're not doing open houses. They're not having conversations. They're doing everything passively in the hopes that something's going to fall into their lap. And that's just not the type of business we're in, okay? And it never has been. Now there's periods where it gets easier. And now we're at a period where, by the way, this is not a hard market. This is a normal market. So I just don't think agents do the work, man. And I know that's harsh, but I've coached and trained enough people where I'll lay out the plan and then I'll say, great, how many conversations did we have this week? Oh, I really didn't get a chance to pick up the phone. Okay, well, you haven't had the chance to pick up the phone in 3 months. Explain to me how you're going to get business.
Yeah.
And they can't. The reality is, are you putting in the work? Now, if you're like, dude, I prospect every single day, I work on my skill every single day, I'm coachable. Okay, go align yourself with a really successful team leader who has systems, processes, and lead generation in play where you can plug in. If you're a hard worker, you'll get the sales and the support. Get that going to build up your financial nest egg. So I think those are the two avenues. And if you're just a hustler on your own and you're being successful, don't stop hustling. This is the best market for hustlers. This is the market where every top real estate agent in the country is laughing and smiling because they know when shit gets hard, skills matter, systems, processes, proven repeatable systems, and those things become really valuable to the customer. They will seek you out and you'll get a lion's share of the transactions and your market share will skyrocket in this market. The last, during COVID, nobody cared how good you were. Their aunt, their uncle, their step so-and-so, anybody with a pulse with a real estate market who could put you in the MLS was getting the same result as you are. They didn't care. Now that's different. When you go look and 40, 50% of the homes are coming off the MLS failing to sell, man, I'm going on expireds and I'm saying, hey, tell me about your last list price. How'd you come up with that price? Oh, we just told our agent what we wanted. And you hired that fool? But you know what? The sellers, that's what they think they want. And the agent says, okay. The agent doesn't know that they're either misrepresenting that seller, that they're setting that seller up. Because here's the facts. Now, when that seller comes to me, I'm going to get their home sold. I'm not going to sell it for what I possibly could have sold it at when it was a brand new listing that nobody had seen. It was the first time on the market and we had momentum. You lost the momentum. You've been sitting here for 6 months.
Right.
So agents, unfortunately, and I think this is just the turnover in real estate. I don't know what it is. Every 5 years, 80% kind of changes over in real estate. So if you think about that, let's just go back 5 years ago from 2000. Most real estate agents who are in the business right now have never seen a normal market. They've never seen 7%, 6% interest rates. They've never had conversations about price adjustments. They've been used to a hot market. They were a product of a market that just made them look better than what they really were. So.